Welcome to the Defense and Aerospace Report. I'm Vago Muradian. Last week, we covered the Naval Submarine League's annual symposium and exhibition in Northern Virginia. We caught up with Don Jagoe, Senior Director for Business Development at Liquid Robotics, a Boeing company. He gave us an update on the company and the company's Wave Glider program.
Well, it's hard to believe that it's been practically a year since we last talked, but a lot's happened with Liquid Robotics and with the platform in this year. It's been a big year for us. One of the major things is in December of 2016, we were acquired by the Boeing company, and so we've had, 10 months of integration or 11 months of integration with Boeing, and it's been a tremendous experience. We have found that we have so many synergies across the Boeing companies, as well as maintaining all the relationships that we've had with the other people that we've worked with in industry. And I think that we have expanded in our abilities as well as our outreach to industry and into the government, and in particular the Submarine Force. So you asked me about what's happening in the last year on the vehicle, and and I've touched on reliability. Specifically, we spent pretty much the last, I would say, 11 months working deliberately on hardening the vehicle to operate in extreme sea states. And we have now our now generation of vehicle of the SV3 platform, which is just released. I think we had our press release about 10 days ago. And that was kind of built from the ground up again to operate in the harshest seas in the world and survive. And I will give you a quick example. We just had vehicles that were directly impacted by Typhoon Fan, which went through the Sea of Japan here last week, and was enough of a threat that all of the South China Sea, East Japanese Sea, those countries brought their fishing fleets in. They cut their commerce down, shipping routed around, but our little vehicles stayed right there in the heart of it as it went by and continued to not only operate but do their mission while they were on station. Our segment of the unmanned vehicle market, specifically, we're an unmanned surface vehicle, and so as you look across unmanned vehicles, and it's obvious, I think, in conferences like this, that the unmanned segment it's no longer a nice-to-have part of warfighting capabilities. It's really a requirement. And so across the spectrum, from unmanned undersea vehicles, seabed infrastructure, up through unmanned surface vehicles and UAVs, unmanned aerial vehicles, the synergies between those and among those platforms is far greater than any individual contribution. What we have found is that within our new relationships within Boeing, we found that within situ, one of our partner companies, Argonne ST, with the great work that the folks at Huntington Beach are doing with the Echo series, the Echo Voyager, we're really able to capitalize on how we can help. So for Liquid Robotics and the SV3 platform, we're really able to provide gateway communications between things in the air and things below the sea, which has always been a big problem. It's always been a challenge in the unmanned space, but we're doing that very adequately. We're also expanding across other areas of warfare, so we're moving into expeditionary warfare, mine countermeasure warfare. We're doing a considerable amount of work in range operations very successfully, lowering the total cost of ownership for Navy ranges, and it's just an exciting time for us. I mean, we've just got so many things going on. It's been a tremendous year, and we're really excited about 2018. Attendance of conferences like the Naval Submarine League Annual Symposium are absolutely vital, because the ability to reach out and touch all of the stakeholders and decision makers, the senior leadership, to see them, face to face in an intimate setting, be able to get the current views of what they need, what they want, and feed back to them our concerns. So I think both the Navy and industry have a concern about sequestration and the Budget Control Act, the continuing resolution, All these things impact on our ability to conduct business. But that's really something that's been driven home, that it's a combined concern, coming from Secretary Mattis right down to those of us in industry. You don't really get the sense of how engaged the leadership is unless you're able to come to a symposium like this and meet everybody and listen to the presentations, which have been superb. What synergies would a small company, we're 110 people, like Liquid Robotics, bring to the giant enterprise that is the Submarine Force? A quick, I think, answer to that is that anti-submarine warfare, in particular, theater anti-submarine warfare, is, as was just illustrated in the conference, a team sport. And so it takes all of the contributors to that team to be able to provide connectivity, tipping, queuing, surveillance, and the ability to get information from submarines above and below the surface. What are our customers asking for? Customers want, I think, number one for us, and it's been our focus this year, reliability and the ability to operate these vehicles anywhere in the world. And we are currently operating in literally the toughest oceans of the world in terms of weather, sea state. We've been operating up into sea state 8. We've been recently in the Drake Passage down by Antarctica successfully. We've operated from 2011 through 2016 in the Arctic during the summer. So what our customers are asking for is the ability to know that they can send the vehicle into any place in the world. It will survive. It will continue to be mission capable. And we have put, specifically in the last 12 months, a tremendous new invigorated effort into quality. We just hired a new VP of quality. We have a quality team that has assembled and is fully integrated with both manufacturing and engineering. And we're listening to our customers and taking what we hear from them and literally on an almost daily basis, feeding that back into the platform. So this is a play on Admiral Richardson's term, high velocity learning. What we're really doing, and we live it, is high velocity engineering.